the 413 MP and the 513 LF. Probably like, what is this crazy name that I have to decode? All of these terms and all of these numbers and letters, they all have meanings. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I am going to show you a couple of toppers. Did I just say toppers? Yes, I did. I know it's been a while since I've talked about toppers, but today is the day. But before I jump into it, I'm gonna remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. So on my channel, I talk an awful lot about wigs. And I mean, that's because I wear them myself. I wear them every day. I love them. I am obsessed with them. And I enjoy sharing my knowledge about wigs with you guys. But I know that not everyone wears wigs or is quite ready to jump into the whole wig wearing thing. But at the same time, they might still be experiencing some hair loss and want a solution other than a wig. And that is where toppers might come into play for you. So if you are new to the whole alternative hair world, then you might not really know what a topper is yet. So a topper is basically a piece of alternative hair that you would wear on top of your head. It's unlike a wig because a wig is something that has full coverage all over the place. A wig is all inclusive of, anybody who's either experiencing hair loss of some sort, is completely bald, or doesn't even experience hair loss at all and just wants to have fun with changing colors and styles. A topper, on the other hand, won't work for everybody. For example, I am someone who a topper will not work with. And that's because a topper needs your own bio hair, so biological hair, that you still have growing from your head in order for it to clip onto. So someone might use a topper if they're experiencing general thinning sort of all over their head and they just want an extra boost of volume. Or another reason that someone might wear a topper is because they're experiencing significant thinning in their part line or around the top of their head and they need something to cover it up, but they still have, enough hair around the rest of their head in order to blend in with their topper. Or perhaps someone is experiencing a receding hairline and it's going back and back and back and they just need something else to cover up front where they're losing all that hair. But basically at the end of the day, you still need to have some of your own hair, or I should say some of your own healthy hair that a topper can actually clip into to stay on your head and blend in with. Now today, I'm gonna show you guys two different toppers by the brand Estetica. Now I always find it funny when I show toppers because like I said, toppers don't work for me. I don't have hair to clip it into. But I think the great thing about me showing a topper is that it really gives you the opportunity to see how much coverage you're actually gonna get with the topper. Okay, so the first topper I'm gonna show by Estetica is called the Mono Wiglet 513 LF. I know that is a mouthful, and I'm gonna get into what all of those mean in a second, but first I'm just gonna show you this topper. Look how cute it is. It's nice, sort of curly, wavy piece. Now, this is made with synthetic fibers. So one thing to know about synthetic fibers that I do find a little bit with this one is that it is a touch shiny. That's standard amongst many synthetic fibers. And a way to combat that is to take some dry shampoo and spray it all over your piece, and that's going to dull the shine down a bit. And also just know that out of the box, a synthetic piece is going to look a little bit more shiny than it will in a few weeks from the time you get it out of the box. Over the time that you wash it, that shine is going to dull down a little bit. But just wanted to let you know that I do see a little bit of shine in this one, so you're not like alarmed when it comes out of the box. So, okay, like I said, this is the Mono Wiglet 513 LF. So let me show you what this inside looks like. The title of this is Mono Wiglet. Mono meaning it has a full monofilament top. So that's what this part is here. It allows you to part the fibers anywhere you want on the top of your head, all while maintaining the illusion of scalp up top. And I'll show you that when I put it on. Now, again, this has the letters LF in it at the very end. That stands for lace front. So that kind of helps you know that this Aesthetica topper has a lace front. And that's right here. And that gives you the illusion of growth right from your scalp. So this would be a great piece or a great topper to wear if you are experiencing a little bit more thinning at the front hairline and you don't have enough hair at the front necessarily to blend in with the topper hair. So this would almost replace your own hairline, if that makes sense. And again, I'll show it when it's on my head. Now, this also has 4 pressure sensitive clips all the way around the perimeter that clip into your healthy bio hair. Plus we have all of this open wefting around here. Now within this wefting here, that's where you are gonna find some permatease. So if you are looking for a like low density, low profile topper, this may not be it because it will have some added volume sort of around this area of your head right here. All right, now I'm showing this in the color R12/26CH. So the R12 is a light brown. It's like your lightest brown color. And then the 26 is going to be a golden blonde highlight. And at the end of that color code, we hear the CH, and that stands for chunky highlight. So all of these terms and all of these numbers and letters, they all have meanings. So R12, light brown, 26CH means chunky golden highlights throughout here. So it's a really beautiful color, kind of on the cusp of brown blonde. Not really sure which way it's gonna go. All right, so here this is. Obviously it's gonna not be full coverage for me, and it's not gonna work for me because I don't have hair under here. But this is what she's gonna look like on your head. And from the front right now, for me, it almost looks as if it is kind of a lower density wig, which is kind of nice. But you'll see when I turn around, that's not going to be the case. You'll see all the coverage that you're getting on this and how this does not work for somebody who doesn't have hair. Okay, so let me show you this lace front here. And I actually often really love Aesthetica's lace fronts, especially on their lighter colors like this one. I do find them pretty natural, and I love how they aren't so dense in the front, so you can pull them back and off of your face and it will still look pretty natural. So like I said, what this does here as a topper is it completely replaces your own hairline. So if you had that receding hairline or really thin hair at the front, you can kind of brush that back, and this can go over top so you don't need to blend any hair in. So that's what that looks like. And then of course we have the full monofilament top that allows you to change the part wherever you want. So that's a really awesome feature to have. This would be a great topper for mid stages of hair loss. It is about 8¼ inches wide by 8¼ inches long. So before you get a topper, make sure you take your little measuring tape out and measure how much coverage you want on the top of your head to ensure that you have that healthy bio hair to clip in here. So you'll find here that the clips on this one are up closer to the front here, kind of by your temples. So if you are experiencing hair loss at your temples here, you might find that the clips are not going to be in the right spot. If that's the case, and you do get this topper, you could always remove the clips and move them over and find a new spot to sort of sew them into that's going to work better for you. So that could be a little hack if you're finding that you don't have quite enough bio hair. One thing you might find with lace front toppers is that sometimes you won't necessarily be able to pull the clips tight enough down and have it hold and stay there. So you might find you need to glue or tape some of the lace down in the front so it's not lifting. Just wanted to warn you in case you do experience that. And that's not always, not everybody needs to glue or tape their lace front toppers down, but you just might find that maybe there's just not quite enough healthy hair to kind of grasp into, to pull it as tight as you possibly can, and it's just gonna lift a little bit. So like I said, this one does have permatease around the wefting there, around that perimeter of the monofilament. So it will give you some volume. So if you are looking for that low density, low profile topper, this might not be it because of that permatease, and it might give you a little bit of extra poofiness that you're not looking for. All right, I should mention that in the front here, we do have some shorter pieces here. They do have a really nice sort of swoop happening, But in a piece like this, it's really easy to bring these forward and cut some bangs into them if you really wanted to. I find a lot of people really love putting bangs in their alternative hair. Okay, now one other thing about this piece is that, remember, it's called the Mono Wiglet 513 LF. Now, I've gone over what everything means except the 513. You're probably wondering, like, well, that's a random number. What does that even mean? Well, it has a meaning, you guys. So the 513 talks about the length of the piece. That means that this piece ranges anywhere between 5 inches long to 13 inches long. So Estetica has kind of made it really easy to figure out what the piece is by the full name. But of course, if you are new to it, you're probably like, what is this crazy name that I have to decode? Okay, now that I've shown you this lace front piece by Estetica, I want to show you guys one of their pieces that is not a lace front. Now, whenever you have a piece that's not a lace front, so it wouldn't replace your hairline, that would typically mean that you would blend it with some of your hair that's already in the front growing out of your own head. So this, like I said, is not a lace front topper here. This one is called the Mono Wiglet 413 MP. So if we were to decode that whole thing, Mono Wiglet, so mono meaning it has some kind of a monofilament feature on this, Wiglet meaning it's a topper, 413, if you remember, that's talking about the length. So the length of this one ranges anywhere from 4 inches to 13 inches. And then the MP on this one stands for monofilament part. So that's what we have here. This is just a monofilament part that gives you the illusion of growth right from your scalp. And it allows you to change the part only within this 1 inch section here. You can't change the part along your whole head. So this really is a left parted topper. And then we don't have that lace front here at all. So you'd blend it with your own hair at the front of your head. This one is just like the other one in the sense that it has the 4 clips around the perimeter of all of this wefting. And then amongst the wefting on this one, again, we do have some permatease. So I'm showing this in the color R32F. And so this color is a darker brown color with 32. That's going to be this auburn tone that you see all frosted over top of it. So that's what the F means, frosted. It's just kind of like lightly dusted over it. So R32F is obviously going to be a warmer, dark color. And here she is. So let me give you the whole spinaroo. This one is obviously a nice straight one, lots of layers. Because it has layers, it does get more thin around the bottom. But of course, because we have the permatease, we are gonna experience some fullness up at the top. All right, so this is the 413. So we do have shorter bangs in this one. So they're about 4 inches long. And then of course we go anywhere down to about 13 inches long. So even with this one, you can bring these forward. You could totally cut these in a straight across bang if you want. But this would also be great just being swept to the side, giving you that face frame look here, or that sort of side swept look. I'm really loving the style of this one. So again, this is made with just synthetic fibers. You will notice there is a little bit of a shine, just like the last one. There is a little bit of a shine, and like I said, it will dull over time, or you could spray with some dry shampoo all over, and that's gonna help dull it down too. Okay, so again, this one does not have a lace front. So you do kind of see this seam here. Obviously it's sitting up on my head because I don't have hair to clamp this down to. But once you blend it in with your own hair in front, that will kind of melt into it and you're not gonna see that too much, especially with these bangs in the front. That's gonna help that too. And then we do have that lace, or sorry, not the lace, the monofilament left part. So you can play with that parting anywhere within that section there. Now this one has a similar coverage as the last one. We have 8¼ inches wide by 9 inches long. So it's pretty much the same, just a touch longer. All right, you guys, that is pretty much all I have to share with you about Aesthetica's 2 wiglets here. the 413 MP and the 513 LF. I would love to hear if you are someone who wears toppers and if you find something like this beneficial. That just helps me know if I should start, talking a little bit more about toppers than I actually do. But as always, thank you so much for being here and following along with me. I truly appreciate your support. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.